Texture hammers, check. Different thicknesses of wire, copper, silver, brass, check. My precious set of round nose and hook nose pliers, check. I sealed the little Ziploc baggies of the tiny crystal beads, wrapped the pokey, pointy little instruments in cloth before carefully placing them in the box. As I packed my jewelry making supplies away, I wondered when I'd shake off this dip and bring them out again next. When I got into these slumps, this dwindling of attraction to playing with wire, metal, and beads, normally I let my poor tools get dusty, just sitting there for months on end. This time, I thought the least I could do for these darlings who've taken me into flow state over the decades was to realize I wouldn't be coming back to them, communing with them for a while, wrap them in their winter layers and let them rest in the closet. Hi, welcome to the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus and I'm so glad you're here today. If you enjoyed today's episode, then you're going to really like my free newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe. Go to veganosaurus.com/newsletter and sign up. The link is in the show notes. As it gets colder outside, my inclination for creativity always tends to lean towards things I can opt to do in bed or on the couch, under a few cozy shawls and blankets. You know, low maintenance creativity. That's what I like to call this stuff. Things like doodling or digital creation, writing. God bless writing for asking so less of me. A book, a few paper made flare pens, a pillow for support, and I'm all set to flow and let the ink flow. The advantage, well, the sheer blessing of being a multi passionate is I can easily switch from one activity to another, one media to another, as my inner and outer temperatures, my moods shift. It's so good to be able to immerse myself in high quality leisure that matches the energy cycle I'm in at any given time. Flow state is available to all of us, and there's no one way to tap into it. Even if you don't have too many different interests, I'm sure you have enough to be able to shift as the seasons change outside and your moods, your cycles change inside. It's a gift to give ourselves. Instead of pushing ourselves into one kind of activity, hobby, creativity, work, anything, instead of pushing ourselves to do the same amount of work, instead of forcing ourselves to put in the same kind of effort all the time and think that our energy levels have to match it, have to meet up to those expectations is not very fair. How about we try to be more kind to ourselves instead of feeling guilty? Earlier, when I'd leave my tools, my jewelry making tools out in the open, I'd keep looking at them and feeling guilty. I'm like, oh yeah, I should do this. It's there. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later. And then I wouldn't get to it and I'd feel bad. But something that gives you so much joy, so much makes you feel so happy, fills you with the sense of expansion while you're doing it, that thing should not be associated with guilt, no? That very thing shouldn't make you feel bad. This is not just in case of a hobby, in case of creativity. I'm talking about even work or say a healthy habit like a fitness habit. You don't have to force yourself to do the same thing and the same level of something all the time. There will be times where you want to put one thing aside and do something else instead. For example, say lifting weights. If you are lifting weights a certain number of days a week and you're going ahead at it, but there comes a point where you're not feeling very up to it for various reasons. It's okay, to put those dumbbells aside and not let them bother you and take up walking or yoga, something gentle instead. Go with your energy flow. When it comes to running a business or doing work, there are some stretches of time when it's good to we have the energy to go full on, take action, connect with others, network, create. But then there are other times when you want to withdraw, slow down. At those times, it's okay to just slow down and stick to maybe tying up some loose ends slowly or even planning things out. We all have different energy cycles, and it's really helpful for us to get to know our own energy, the way it moves up and down, round and round. This changes throughout the day, it changes throughout the month, it changes throughout the year, and even throughout our life. Our life is full of different personal seasons. So just know this flow state available to all of us at all times. And like I said, there's no one way to tap into it. So expand your mind. Don't be attached to doing just one thing or a certain set of things. Don't be attached to doing things a certain way only. Explore more, be curious, and be gentle and loving with yourself as you explore. The more kind you are to yourself, the more progress you make. instead of wallowing in negative self-talk or guilt. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm so glad you listened to this episode, and I hope it's inspired you to be kinder to yourself, gentler with yourself, and also be more curious and explore things in a different way in alignment with your own energy cycles and your moods. If you're not yet on it, get onto my free newsletter, The Feel Good Tribe. I send out emails once or twice a month, not very often. My newsletters are full of stories and tips, and I generally keep it light and entertaining. Go to my website, veganosaurus.com, veganosaurus.com/newsletter, and sign up. All right, talk to you again next week. Take care. Bye.